This week with the Basement Bros, we look at new Fiat gateways on Bittrex. There's an emerging pattern on Bitcoin searches in Google Trends. Ethereum plans to delay their difficulty bomb and reduce the block rewards. Nasdaq makes a surprise announcement about cryptocurrencies. And we have a surprise ending today, so let's get started.
Alright, what's up YouTube? It's the Basement Bros, we're back again, and as always, I'm your host Omar. I've got with me Hassan.
Wakanda forever.
I got Maher.
Hey, hey, hey!
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey!
And I got Shoaib.
Hey.
Oh.
Bitcoin!
We're not used.
Oh man.
We're not supporting Big Connect here.
But hey, hey,
Alright, so on this week, taking a look at the market, Bitcoin is rising, it's back to 7,280. We got Ethereum at 290. Seems like Bitcoin's breaking out of the pack. Rising
Ethereum
here.
still.
I don't think there's any reason. There was news for Nasdaq adding Bitcoin in cryptocurrency trading soon, but I don't know if that's the cause of it. And of course, there's going to be the ETF decision end of September.
there's a lot of good news.
Yeah, there's a lot of good news.
But there's not enough. People were surprised there wasn't enough FOMO into it. People are just still chilling, relaxing.
Yeah,
because of the ETF, right?
I think during this bear market, it feels like we had so much good news and nothing's changing. We're still at well, it doesn't impact the price as much. But the good thing is even bad news doesn't impact the price as much.
Yeah, right now
Like
everyone's
China went ahead and
up.
banned cryptocurrency discussions on social media too now.
Oh,
Yeah.
So people that were doing peer-to-peer trading on social media,
How do you ban discussion on
because
these?
China owns all, like they don't let people use WhatsApp and Google.
Yeah.
They use
They
their
have that
own
much
inbuilt.
power. Yeah.
They use their own inbuilt software, right? Like
Yeah.
WeChat and stuff. So they
WeChat,
control it.
WePay.
I've been seeing like
So they must be able to like see
Yeah.
what people are
They're
chatting
blocking
about and
cryptocurrency
stuff.
discussions in
Wow.
those chats.
Same with India.
does Reddit not work in China?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Well, Telegram.
Let us know in the comments below.
Telegram. I see a lot of Chinese people using it. So who knows?
Possibly.
All right. So other than that, we see Tether is the only other one in green, and Bitcoin Cash. It had some testnet this week. I think that caused a small spike.
It wasn't an official testnet. People were just like, let's try it. Let's see how much they can.
Transaction per
Yeah.
second.
And I think they had a record-breaking block size.
Yeah. Well, all right. So moving on, we had our predictions from last week for Nano. Nano, as we all know, was just mooning and mooning
Alright.
last week.
What was it last week?
So last week
It was at
we
three,
made a prediction.
240.
No, it was $1.80 something.
No one made
No.
a prediction.
Oh yeah, it
of
was
three.
$2 something.
It was like
Like
280.
Oh,
280?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so based on that, last week we had the lowest prediction was Shoaib, who said it'll fall back down to $1.90. Hudson said it'll stay somewhere around the $2 mark at $2.50. I predicted $3 and Maher predicted $3.50.
350.
And guess who was right? It was me.
Yeah, but it did go up to 350.
It did,
I
yeah.
wasn't.
Had we recorded yesterday,
Yeah.
Maher would have won.
No, yesterday
No, it
was
wasn't yesterday. It was
325.
like a few days ago.
Okay.
Yesterday was 325, so it would have been a tie between me and Maher.
Alright, are we gonna continue with the nano predictions for the next week or
No, man.
No.
No,
Another
I
point?
think.
But I think we need a challenge for Shoaib since he lost.
Yeah.
okay.
So if you guys have any suggestions, let us know.
So if there's
He's
no
gotta do something for losing.
You can make him dance in the next episode.
Yeah.
You can whatever.
I don't
you
know,
have
what do you
ideas.
guys want to see?
Yeah.
Whatever
What do you want to
want.
see Shoaib doing next?
I want to
episode?
see him imitate Carlos from Big
Oh, this guy here just
Yes.
connect.
Yes.
Just a meme, like
Yeah.
that would be funny.
Yes.
I'll sign up.
Alright.
that's how you need to
So-
that's how you need to promote a coin.
If you guys want to see Shoaib do something like that, just let us know in the comments below. Otherwise, if nobody comments, we'll just make him do that anyways. Okay. Moving on. So this is our first meme of the day. So there was a guy, he signed up for Bittrex a week ago. He's a YouTuber. I'm not sure who he is, but he signed up for Bittrex, and then literally in a week he got liquidated. He lost everything because Bittrex, it allows you to do margin trading, so you can buy like 10 times or short 10
Or
times.
he shorted, it probably went up or the other way.
He probably shorted, and then he got wrecked basically, and he got liquidated. And then right after that, he starts making videos about how BitMEX is a complete scam. tricking users into losing everything. The guy went and did his trade himself, and now he's saying that, oh my god, you know, is BitConnect's fault or something.
Was this on our cryptocurrency?
Probably.
That's
I
what-
think I've seen
Yeah,
this.
this was on Reddit cryptocurrency. That's where I got it from. Any comments on this, guys? Have you ever been like
I think
destroyed by
Don't be this guy.
people
Be
don't
smarter with
understand
your
leverage.
investments.
Yeah.
People don't understand leverage. That's why they get into this shit. You know, like.
Be safe with your money, like, you know, invest what you're not scared to lose, invest whatever, like,
No,
if you make
leverage
side
can
cash.
help, but
It
you gotta,
can.
you gotta know.
You gotta
No, but
Yeah.
if you're investing money you're not afraid to lose,
Yeah.
then you can leverage.
But you
Why
should
not?
also research what you're investing into. He probably just was like, okay, this looks good.
Everyone's
Didn't
shorting.
research it and just.
Well,
went for it.
Bittrex only lets you trade Bitcoin, I think. It's
Yeah.
the only trading pair, Bitcoin against US dollar.
Yeah, but like if he had done some research, he probably would have read up other people that have been scammed by this
Yeah,
already.
but no, he didn't get scammed. He just lost everything because he made a stupid trade.
Okay, then
That's-
that's
that's-
his own
yeah.
fault.
Alright, so moving on, we have a crypto addiction definition.
6 signs.
So it
of
says 6
suffering.
signs you might be suffering from crypto addiction. So the first is the price of Bitcoin is the last thing you check before sleeping. Who does that here?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, it was during the moon time.
It was during the moon, this was the thing.
Every time I would sleep, I would like check the price, and then you would wake up and it would be
I
like,
would pray when I woke up in the morning. I'm like, all right, if it goes down, I'm gonna buy.
yeah,
That
and
never
then
happened.
you would wake up in the morning, it would be another $1,000.
Yeah,
I'm
and I'd be like, oh,
holy,
wow,
what's
I
going
messed
on?
up.
So that's actually the second thing. It's like the first thing you check when you wake up is the Bitcoin price.
I don't do that.
The third thing is you always have a tab open on CoinMarketCap.com.
Yes, that's me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's me.
Actually, at work I do that, but at home I'm not on my computer.
I don't have CoinMarket. I have TradingView always on.
Wow, what a professional.
At work I have that CoinMarketCap tab open just in case something spikes, and then you know.
Wow.
You can't really tell.
You guys
It's
are
really fresh
committed.
the tab though, right?
Yeah.
You.
Third thing is you're bored with conversations
That's Omar.
unless they're about
That is
cryptocurrency.
so.
That is starting to be me.
Omar.
You too?
I'm starting to get that. I'm like, is every conversation
Don't
not
become
fun?
one of them.
And then fourth thing is time seems to disappear after watching charts.
No.
No.
It's too boring. I
No
could
one really
never.
cares.
Time wouldn't go by.
Unless I was a day trader. Then
And
it's like intense.
yeah. And the sixth thing is you get excited hearing the word moon. This was when the market was mooning. Every morning I would wake up and I'd have all my alerts going off that this coin went up, this
Yeah.
coin went up, and I would just message these guys and be like, guys,
I'm actually
moon.
so. I know. So.
I get a hard on when I see the gains, not
Oh.
when I see the moon.
Oh my god, that was a hype month. It would be like literally,
was
I would
so
wake
fun.
up, I'd be like, guys, moon,
I
and then I
can't
would wake
believe-
up the next day, I'm like, guys, moon. I'm like, oh my god, it's still going up.
I
There's
can't believe you actually
multiple
took the
moons.
time to set like alerts and stuff. I'm too lazy to do that.
No, I did that
manually.
before. I haven't done
Yeah,
it now.
before.
Like I've set them for a while now.
And then they'll
They've
activate
never
when
hit
they need
now.
to, yeah.
They barely hit.
Do your alerts also show you when you set the alert?
No.
Okay, that'd be cool. Like imagine setting an alert for Bitcoin's gonna go back down to 3,000 like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
And it actually does.
Alright, so first article of the day, Bittrex added US dollar pairs for Cardano and Zcash. How did this like impact the price of the coin? And
Yeah, like is it a good idea for more fiat to cryptocurrency
Yes.
direct trading things to open up?
Yes, because then what happens is they're not really correlated with Bitcoin, even though they still are. The whole point of adding USD to some type of coin, people don't have to buy Ethereum or Bitcoin in
And
order
lose
to
money
buy a
on
certain
transaction
thing.
fees. Yeah, I guess that's a small part.
That's the whole point of it. They want to isolate themselves away from Bitcoin and be
yeah, you
like,
don't want to be hedged.
bias,
to Bitcoin.
yeah.
Yeah, but do you think if it becomes common practice for a lot of these not new cryptocurrencies, but a lot of the
Established
pre-existing ones,
Yeah.
established ones, to have a USD market, would that change the way we value cryptocurrency stem to Bitcoin? Because you know how a lot of
It should.
websites will show you like, oh, one XYZ coin is this many Bitcoin or this many Ethereum, right?
So it should, but would it? That depends on the market. That's what I think. I think the reason why they're doing it is because they want it to not stem from Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But will the market follow that? That's something nobody really knows.
Okay. I actually messaged, like, speaking of what I think we discussed last week, I actually followed up with some of my Australian friends as to whether or not they can pay their bills.
Oh yeah, right.
Currency.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we don't know.
I
So
don't know.
I should probably make other Australian friends.
What,
Yeah, no.
what is the age group?
Like young 20s.
Okay.
But it was a company that was offering it, right? They have
I
to
thought-
find out about the
I'll
company,
try talking to another
sign
one.
up for it, and then they can just have them pay their
Yeah,
bills for that.
possibly. I'll talk to them again, like a little bit more in detail, but
That's cool.
it's interesting.
I think it'll be cool to like on this show, kind of demystify some of the stuff that happens on the internet. Like this Australian thing, right? People can pay the bills. Okay, let's actually ask some Australians and see if
Yeah.
how much of that is actually impacting
Like
the space.
it might even be a thing, but no one cares enough to use it, right?
Right, and because of that, is it really worth increasing the value of something that's not even being talked about in
Yeah.
Australia, even though it is being offered? Like some of these stuffs are,
Yeah, sort of like when you walk into a mall and like, sort of like when you walk into any store and they're like, oh, download our app, do this. You get this promotion, and no one really wants to download another app.
Who knows?
because-
It might have been something like a test thing.
Yeah.
But I
setting
think it's
up-
good though, right? It's a
I mean, it's not a
stopgap.
bad thing, yeah.
It like
it's a good thing.
like you're opening the door. Obviously, it's not open all the way, but you're starting to get
And anyone can
crypto
go through,
involved,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Even if a lot of people aren't using it, you're starting it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
Alright, so next up we have a meme is so the nurse is saying you have been in a coma for 10 years. It is the year 2028. And then the guy wakes up and is like, wow, how many dollars per Bitcoin? The nurse is like, what's Bitcoin? Your medical bill is 0.000481 Doge. Wow, such medicine. Many thanks. So basically a Doge meme where the guy wakes up and Doge is the primary currency of the world.
That's not even that bad.
This
Doge
is so
actually
funny.
works.
Doge
This is
works.
so
Doge-
funny.
the
But
Bitcoin-
those, where did it start from, right?
No, but the fact that they're saying his medicine is worth 0.000481 Doge and he's been sleeping for 10 years, imagine how much medicine he was on and how much like food and whatever the cost
Well,
of the
that's the
hospital.
whole point, right?
So they're saying Doge is worth like $1 million or something. That's the
One
Oh,
point.
it
Doge.
is.
Well, if that's true, then Bitcoin is probably billions. I'm joking.
No, man. Doge will be
You
the
never
number one
know.
coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're using Doge,
Well, clearly they don't even know what Bitcoin is in the future.
Yeah.
So they're
That's
just using
Bitcoin.
Doge.
Yeah.
Alright. Next up
This
is
is
an
cool.
interesting thing. I was looking at Google Trends. So there was three, like I was looking at graphs, daily graphs, like 7 days, so weekly graphs. And what I noticed is a small pattern that every day at a specific time, so in Canada basically, no, in the United States, every day at 4 a.m., the interest in Bitcoin would peak.
4 a.m. in
4
a.m.
Eastern-
Those little spikes.
US. Yeah, so Eastern time.
Yeah, every one of those spikes you see is at the same time every single day.
4 a.m. Eastern time.
What is that in Chinese time? 'Cause
Okay, yeah, I
we
asked
asked
that same question.
the same thing when we first saw this.
Yeah.
But then I looked at like China, there was no pattern, there's no correlation. But it's because probably in China they don't use Google.
Oh yeah.
Right? So I
That would drop
didn't add
down.
the graph of China here.
Yeah.
But then I did add United Kingdom, and in United Kingdom it was every day at our time 11 p.m. So Eastern time 11 p.m.
In China,
So
if
it's a
they don't-
different time. It's happening at a different time, but it's the same pattern. Every day at a specific time, there's a peak interest at Bitcoin.
I remember when Bitcoin Cash was trying to take over Bitcoin, and all of that big bull run or whatever, that manipulation, it happened from 1 a.m. all the way to like 5 a.m. Eastern time,
Yeah.
and it was the craziest thing I've ever
I
seen.
still remember the day like Coinbase added Bitcoin Cash.
Most of the FOMO
all of
I've
a
seen,
sudden, and
Yeah.
no one saw it coming.
no, most of the FOMO that I've seen or the manipulation happens during nighttime in
Mm.
Canada, in Toronto, right? Eastern time. That's
But that-
why
I remember-
2 a.m. I'm always watching the market because I feel like someone's gonna.
Yeah, I
do
remember
something.
when
But
we stayed up late.
I read an article where they were like, every time something happens, it's at nighttime for you. But then everybody's like, oh, on the other side of the world, it's nighttime for them. And it's
Yeah,
daytime.
that's true. Wait, in China, if they don't use Google, how does Google have Chinese trend prediction or trend analytics?
Some people must use it somehow, like VPNs or something.
Oh,
But it's
yeah,
very little.
probably.
Like the pattern was all over the place, so I didn't use it.
Yeah, I mean, like one of the best things about Google is just their ease of use. You open up your browser and you
Yeah.
go on it easily. If you have to connect to a VPN first before going on a search engine.
The
I mean,
third chart here.
Can't you use Amazon? Does Amazon have a trend thing?
Do they use Amazon in China? Do they have?
No,
the-
they have
is
Alibaba.
AliExpress?
They have Alibaba.
Yeah,
they have
I think it's called AliExpress now.
Oh really?
AliExpress.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, so guys, on the third chart here was actually Japan, and Japan had a similar pattern. There was always a spike at
But the
about
spikes kept getting bigger.
2 p.m. Eastern time, but in Japan the difference is the spikes are getting bigger, and that correlates to the rising interest in Bitcoin.
Is there a Japanese coin we should be investing
Yeah,
in?
there's a
There's
Mona
Mona coin.
Interesting.
Anyways, but that's not it's not a Japanese coin. It was just
No,
the idea
just
that
this cats.
people like cats.
Japanese
Yeah.
people love cats.
But this graph is interesting because
Yeah.
in all the other ones you see that the pattern is consistent, but in Japan the pattern shows an
Spikes
increase in
get
interest.
more like
It's showing an
have
increase
their
in
momentum,
interest,
yeah.
but the pattern is still there. That every day at a specific time of the day, there's
Yeah.
a peak interest, and it's the same time every day the next day. So it's the same time as the first
Yeah.
day, same time as the
I
next.
guess we'll ask the audience, let us know what you think could be the reason for why people check prices at 4 or 5 in the morning.
But is it prices or is it something else?
Could it be just
well, what are they
Because why it doesn't make sense for United States for them to be checking prices every day at 4 a.m. in the night.
Yeah,
Even if it
that
was
is
the
weird.
Pacific time
so
zone,
this is what I
it
think.
would be
That'd
1
be at
a.m.
2
This is what I think.
Yeah.
I think people in other parts of the world use VPN from US.
Okay.
So Google tracks it as US, even though they're not
Really?
But why are they all using it at the
Yeah.
same time?
Yeah.
At the same.
Or else it'd be a lot more scattered.
Yeah.
We need to get
Most,
data analysts on the show.
most of the people that should be on here are US. If they're showing
Yeah.
up as US. The
Yeah.
VPN people will be very
It'd be like a
little.
very small minority.
Small, yeah.
Yeah. This was a very interesting.
Maybe it's
trend.
related to the meme. People can't sleep. They wanna watch their portfolios.
Sure.
Could be. But then remember, this isn't like even though the patterns look like they line up, it's a different time daily. Like in UK, it's happening at 11 p.m. our time.
Yeah.
In US, it's happening 3 a.m. our time. So it's not the same time.
11 p.m. makes sense for UK, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
No,
know,
it's 11 p.m.
It'd be
our time.
5.
Oh,
It'd be
okay.
5 a.m.
a.m. for that.
5 a.m. So
4,
it's same
5
thing.
a.m.
4 a.m. US, 5 a.m. UK.
Okay.
And Japan, I said, what was the time? It was 2 p.m. our time. So what would that time be?
probably the same 4 or
Probably
5
4
a.m.
5
2
a.m.
yeah.
So it seems like 4 5 a.m.
In
Yeah.
all the different countries.
Wait, is it 4 5 a.m. here? No, it's 4
No,
5
but
a.m.
in there.
So for some reason, in every country,
It's
there's
in
a
the
peak
morning.
interest in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
People probably just like have a really bad dream or a good dream, like oh I'm
They
a
wake up and
millionaire,
check the price
and then
of
they
Bitcoin.
check their prices.
You think everybody is doing that?
Everyone's doing it.
How is that
Happens to me-
possible?
Happens to me like 3 times
It
a
has
day.
to be more
4 or
people
5
searching
a.m.
for
every
Bitcoin.
night?
I wake up at 4 a.m. every night and check prices.
Okay, but
I single-handedly contributed to this graph.
That's
Yeah,
very.
yeah.
I want to know how Google Trend actually.
I want
Comes
you to
up
text
with
me
this.
tomorrow
use
at
real
4
time
a.m.
data.
I will.
And
I
check
know, but where are
Bitcoin.
they?
I will text you at exactly 4 a.m.
Okay.
Anyways, this is a big discussion. I'll post probably a Reddit post on this or something to talk about it in more detail. But
I'll link
sure.
the video.
Yeah. Okay. So next up is another meme, and it's the
Oh, it's a
price
meme?
of the price of every coin in Lambos. So Bitcoin
0.03 Lambo.
Bitcoin is currently worth 19,867 Lambo. Ethereum is worth 5,629 Lambos. I'm assuming this is in the future. There's no
That's the
timeline.
volume.
No. I
The
think
price
I think
is
what it's doing.
0.00.
You know what I think it's doing?
182813.
Say a Lambo
Well, that's
is worth.
volume, yeah.
Say Lambo is worth 1 million, right?
Yeah.
So they're taking 1 million.
Lambo's not
dividing
worth
it-
$1 million.
Whatever it is,
Correct.
right? They're correlating it with
Yeah.
the prices.
Yeah. I guess somebody took the price of one Lambo and they had it
Yeah.
there. So Bitcoin has a $20,000 Lambo volume. 20,000 Lambos.
It's
are
actually worth 0.03 of a
yeah,
Lambo.
yeah. So I read the
It's
price.
kind of sad.
Yeah, it's not. It's barely worth a Lambo right now.
Not even
So
point
for the
one.
Moon Boys, we're not there yet.
very far
We have a
away.
long way to go until one Bitcoin is worth one Lambo.
By that point, all the fancy like crypto license plates will be taken.
Yeah.
The ones that say like Bitcoin or
Or
ETH.
Hodl,
Yeah.
those are gone. Alright, so next up is an article. Basically, this week we heard that the Ethereum core devs made a decision to first delay the difficulty bomb,
this is the big
and they also reduced the block rewards to 2 Ethereum per.
What did it used to be?
It was 3 Ethereum.
So guys, do you guys think they're gonna go from proof of stake to proof of work?
No, they are proof
They
of
are.
work right now. They will go to proof of stake.
Sorry, yeah, exactly.
So they said when they switch to that, they're gonna give a very it'll
They're
be
still
like a,
deciding that though.
it'll be like an intermediate switch where they'll have some people doing proof of work still, and then very more of it will be proof of stake. I don't know how much the percentage was, but
When is the bomb going off?
I'm not sure. This was just a decision.
No, it's coming up soon. They don't have
Do
a
you know
lot
what
of
the
time.
difficulty bomb is? First of all, it's that every time Ethereum, like, there's no update made to the Ethereum network, like there's no fork,
Yeah.
the difficulty to mine an Ethereum block gets more and more difficult.
Yeah.
That's called the difficulty
Yeah.
bomb. So that's why when they fork Ethereum, the
They fork,
the
yeah.
previous
Yeah, yeah.
fork of Ethereum dies
Yeah.
off because you can't keep using
Yeah.
it because the difficulty becomes so high.
Yeah.
So
Not usable, yeah.
yeah.
So I think they have 1 month. I think they have end of November when the delay, the bomb actually starts hitting the
yeah,
effect.
something like that.
So I think they really have to try to come up with a decision. They had a meeting on it,
Yeah.
and I guess this is what they decided on.
Yeah, so this was, they're gonna delay the difficulty bomb, so it might not be November now, but they're gonna reduce the block rewards to Ethereum.
To extend
So,
the time, they
yeah.
have to come up with a
Yeah.
full solution.
Yeah.
And another thing that's happening is CBOE, they're launching Ethereum futures in November. So it would be very interesting if they launch this release at the same time, because if they do this, Ethereum becomes more rare because there's less being mined per block.
I think
Yeah.
people will short it, just like
No, but it doesn't matter. Like when Bitcoin futures launched,
yeah.
the
There was
Bitcoin,
hype. There
no,
was
the
hype.
Bitcoin transaction time took so long that it became almost difficult to like buy Bitcoin or sell Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were stuck holding while there was all these new investors that wanted more and more and more, right?
But the thing about futures is you don't have to own a Bitcoin to trade a Bitcoin.
I know,
That's the whole
but
point
I
of
know,
it.
but it was the hype leading up to the futures.
Right.
So now something is
So if they do announce the futures, I guess it'll pump, right?
yeah, but they are
Towards
announcing
that
it.
date.
They already announced it, I think, CBOE.
Yeah,
But
quarter.
it's gonna be
what
in
was it?
November, I think.
Yeah.
We have a while.
Yeah. All right. Next up is another article where Nasdaq is actually getting ready to list and trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some other cryptos by 2019.
I wonder where they're gonna get their
Quarter two.
price from. Are they gonna get it from CoinMarketCap?
The prices?
Yeah.
No, they're gonna have their own market.
Don't they have their own markets like Bitcoin? I mean, like
Nasdaq
Binance
is its
has-
own market.
Okay.
Like
They have
Binance
their
has
own
its
stock.
own market,
Yeah.
right? It's
So
whatever
they
people
list
are
their
buying and
prices
selling
on
for
that.
that.
There's Nasdaq, there's TSC.
Well, trust me, if
and
it's that, if people can buy Bitcoin and
from
Ethereum on Nasdaq,
yeah, it's gonna
all
be-
those older investors that don't trust the current exchange
Or
or
they
don't know how to
to-
or
they
don't know how to, this is huge for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guys, stock
So
up.
first of all, there's back
So
T.
Nasdaq will buy the
I'm
Bitcoin on their
gonna
behalf
go
and hold
all
it.
in on Ethereum.
Yeah. I hope these aren't contracts, so like they don't just say that
No,
we'll buy this
No, I
one for you
think there's only one way to do this, and that's
to actually buy and hold the Bitcoin. That-
Nasdaq on behalf of the investor. They buy the actual
Yeah,
Bitcoin
So you think,
and take the commission.
will they buy the Bitcoin
I think
or will
that's
they
what
let
they're gonna
investors
do.
deposit Bitcoin to their exchange?
I think it makes the way I see it. They'll hold on to that Bitcoin. That
So, but
asset.
basically, it'll only be Nasdaq selling and everyone else buying, or
No,
I think what's
yeah.
gonna happen is
they have to allow people to deposit Bitcoin to actually have the Bitcoin worth exchanging, right?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Like some of the smaller exchanges you use, if they don't have any, like if they're offering US dollar or any crypto, if they don't have any volume for it, like nobody deposited US dollar or Bitcoin or whatever, then there's no trade going on because there's no supply.
Or they can initially buy a set amount of Bitcoin where they sell and buy.
Yeah.
That could be true too. Like,
Because that's how stocks work, right? They do an IPO.
yeah.
I know, but the stocks, people. Oh wait, how does Nasdaq accumulate the stocks? Do people send stocks to the Nasdaq exchange or?
Yeah, so
I
when you
don't
buy
actually
it,
know.
when you buy like AMD stock,
Okay.
you're buying from usually the bank because the bank.
Yeah,
owns-
bank will do that on like TD.
The bank does it on your behalf. They.
But they trade on Nasdaq, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It depends. Yeah, I think AMD is on Nasdaq.
So it's just the banks are acting as a third party where Nasdaq is the actual exchange.
The headline also says other cryptos. What do you think the other ones are gonna be?
Well, it'll probably be the Coinbase ones.
Yeah,
I think it'll be
Most
Ethereum
of the
Classic, Bitcoin
Litecoin?
Cash, Litecoin of course. Hopefully
Alright, we'll
Nano, maybe Nano.
Maybe costs.
Well, exchange coins like KuCoin Exchange, Cost, those coins they won't.
Yeah, it
no
doesn't
one
make any
exchange will
sense.
list it.
Yeah.
There's no point because then they're supporting that exchange.
Yeah.
Alright, so next up we got another meme. This is basically showing technology disruption through the years. In 2000 it was the dot-com bubble and they had a guy dressed up as a web strategist. That was a popular job at that time. And then in 2008 there was a guy dressed up as a social media expert.
Follow me at.
Basically people that help advertise and grow your company on
Yeah.
social media. And then now there's a guy dressed up as a cryptocurrency and blockchain evangelist.
This is relevant.
Yeah, so basically it's people that advertise your ICOs for you, right? And they
Yeah.
handle all your ICO marketing and planning.
These are the real winners.
Sure.
Yeah, it's
You can say
basically
that.
like the idea that you're selling the shovel.
Yeah.
People doing the things for cryptocurrency, those guys are making money.
Yep.
The guys like holding, sometimes they're making money, sometimes they're losing.
The guys developing is like not even close, unless they make it big.
Yeah. Alright. And that's it for our episode this week. So if you guys liked it, let us know by commenting below or dropping a like.
Those likes help, don't forget.
I
And
still need a catchphase.
and also we need to
And
figure out what-
challenge.
Yeah.
If there's no challenge, I'm not gonna do anything.
No.
If there's no challenge, he's doing the Bit Connect.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not.
You
Bit
are.
Connect.
Carlos who? What was it? Carlos who?
Carlos,
I need to see this video. I've never seen this video.
Go watch
Okay.
it.
Okay, and we'll pick a time after
Yeah,
this.
we'll play the video. Alright guys, so on that note, remember, hold on for dear life.
Be connected! Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. What's up? Be connected! Hey, hey, hey. Hey,